Hey everybody, welcome to castorscorner.com here on our live YouTube page. We're really happy to see you guys here tonight. Yeah, I don't know. It's oh God, it's only Friday. It's not even the weekend yet. I mean, it's technically the weekend. So head over to castorscorner.com to see a full gallery of this figure as well as our past archive of figures. You can also check out, we're at castorscorner.com for our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. And check out the Cornercast podcast on Apple Podcasts. This week is with Matthew K. from LaFouche. That was last week. This week is with our friends Adventures in Collecting. My weeks are all getting messed up. And coming up in a couple days, we have a new one on Monday night. So make sure to check that out, subscribe, and hit that subscribe button down below. It should be right about there. So tonight we are wrapping up. We did Bizarro. We talked about John Stewart. So last of the new Mcfarlane figures, at least until this weekend, is Nightwing. We'll see if we get Batman Beyond. So this Joker Nightwing, again, he's got the same problem that Bizarro has, whereas his face, and I can't tell if they were doing this for shading or what. This side of his face is red, so I can't tell if it's the colors leaching out from different parts of him or the white wasn't strong enough. But yeah, so he's, I don't know. I like him, and I really didn't notice it until he's out of the box. I've done some pictures, and he's been sitting around. So it's definitely an issue. Now, this Nightwing, from the neck down, is no different than any other Nightwing figure you've gotten so far. He's got the space for his Eskrima sticks on his back, or should go this way, right? Which I think, they're a little bit big for this figure, whereas DC Collectibles was a little bit too small. So I think I wish they would kind of split the difference. They don't look that bad. But I don't know. I think they just feel a little bit big on him. He is exactly the same as our other Nightwing. Where is he? He's over there. Our custom one, which is really nice. Thank you, Bill. But it uses the same body. There's no difference here. It really is just a figure with a new head. Now, this head is very spooky, Jokerish. And honestly, when they showed him off, I thought he'd be a great companion piece for the Crows. I think as we've got the Robin King or Robin King or Crow King or whatever they're calling him from the Builders figure set coming out later this year. So King of those Robins will be nice, but, the elder, the Nightwing of the bunch. But then I did some research and found out it has nothing to do with this storyline. It actually has to do with the Joker and a death of a family or in the family, or it can't keep it straight. I'll admit that's one of the hardest things that I've had to deal with is I am not as connected to the comic book storylines as I used to be. Partially because I got sick of all the yearly crossovers and resets that they were doing. Sometimes you just want consistent storytelling. You don't need these big ground-shaking, world-breaking events every year or every other year. Sometimes good stories and good writing is all you need. And I feel like we haven't had that in a really long time. So my ability to sit down and read a book, a comic book or a comic book storyline is hard. And then waiting the month to month, I'd rather get the trade. And then the price of the trades are so much higher. You don't get a discount. You would expect these collections would be slightly less than if you bought the individual issues by themselves. They actually work out sometimes to be a little bit more. So I would love to say support your local comic shop, but that being said, they make it very difficult to do that. So this actually comes from Joker went nuts, tried to figure out who the Bat family was, kidnapped everybody, put him at a table. There's some scene like that. He Jokerized Nightwing in a battle at Haley's Circus. At least that's what the storyline said. And so that's what this is from. Now, regardless of that, he will be with my Crows, along with the Batman Who Laughs and the rest of the Dark Universe. I think it works a little bit better, at least in my head. So I'm going to play that game I played when I was little where different characters get to mix and match, and it really doesn't matter what they're supposed to be. I wish they had done something a little bit different with him. I really do. I understand the design from the storyline wasn't going to lend itself to give you any kind of different designs on this guy, but I don't know. I don't know what they could have done. Different weapons, maybe. This would have been a good candidate for a Build-A-Figure wave because it would have made him more necessary. I'm just a sucker for Nightwing, so you make a Dick Grayson figure, I'm probably going to buy it. And so that's honestly the only reason I bought it, was because it was Nightwing. If this was Robin, it would have been harder. It would have been a harder sell for me. If this was any other character, Batwoman, Batgirl, Damian even, it really would have been a hard sell. So the only reason I really bought this was because it's Nightwing. Now, he is short packed. He is, at this time, 1 per case. 2 Bizarros, 1 of him, and then repacks of previous figures. So he is the harder to find figure. I have to thank Bill for getting there on time and getting him for me. The other thing I noticed, and yes, I do have it. I still have it. So I don't have the box anymore, but they didn't change anything on the card or on the box. So all the details, which you're not going to be able to read because it's backwards, all the details on here are 100% from, it is Nightwing's history, not the history of this look, even though it says death of the family on the back of the card here. It doesn't go into any of the details on why he looks like this. And I think that's a lazy piece. I think a paragraph that you could probably have put together, you didn't have to change much for it. It would have made all the difference. Honestly, it really would have made a difference for me as a consumer to say, take the look from the storyline, use it in the sale of this card, of the figure with the card. Just do something a little bit different. Make it not seem like you just slapped a new head on here and are asking us to spend more money. Put a little value behind it, because this card is no different than the last one we have, and the one before that too. They're all the same. So I think that was a lazy piece on their part to not have included something that would have explained why he looks like this. So there you go. The Joker eyes, or the Joker toxin Nightwing. He'll be in my collection. If I sell my Mcfarlanes at some point, I definitely wouldn't sell him. But I know it might be a hard sell for some of you out there. So if you're a fan of Nightwing, definitely pick it up. If you're so-so on it, this doesn't really add much to the line. Doesn't really change anything. Doesn't really, there's no innovations with it. There's no different body parts. But if you're looking for this body to customize, this is probably a cheaper option than the 2-pack with the red hood, and probably eventually might be easier to find. So these are popping up at Targets and Walmarts. Your favorite other retailers might also get them soon too. I think they're pre-orderable up on Amazon, and they should be available everywhere. So don't overpay for them. They're just hitting now. We just happen to be lucky and find them early. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Mandalorian, something Star Wars, maybe a Transformer. I'm not sure yet, but we got a lot more. And make sure you check out the Cornercast podcast on Apple Podcasts. And if you enjoyed this and would like to see more, or companies on our journey to 365 days, hit the subscribe button down below. We really appreciate all of that, because the more of you that we get, the more stuff we get to do. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.